Hello, my beautiful angel of energy. I can feel you calling this morning for your reading, and I'm just excited to share this space. This is a new hobby for me, a new sort of calling that I feel so strongly about, and I think that this is just a really exciting thing that we're getting to do together, and that I'm getting to share with you. So I'm excited to do some readings this morning. I selected some crystals ahead of time. This is a beautiful citrine. This is a dragon tiger's eye or dragon's eye stone, particularly the red variation of tiger's eye. The red tiger's eye is known for sort of like its grounding properties, its healing sort of energy, its additions to things like passion and vitality and creative energy. So I really love that. And then of course we have the citrine, which is known for its sort of joyful energy, its manifestation and personal power. I use citrines a lot for cleansing, and I think that they are so wonderful for bringing that sort of peaceful, stable energy. I use them to protect my spiritual spaces. So we're gonna go with this citrine today and this dragon's eye as our sort of pile guardians for the cards. I do have some new decks of cards in, so I'm hoping to do some readings with them soon. I'm really excited to get to know those decks, as well as I know this one, but this deck is just so beloved to me. We've spent so many years together, it telling me exactly how it feels, and I just want to be able to continue to share that with this new space that I'm cultivating. So I'm just going to go ahead and pull some cards. If you are watching this video, then I believe that there is something in here for you, that there is something that is calling to you. I believe that you have questions that remain unanswered and that your soul yearns for the fulfillment that it creates. And I think that being able to have some insight into your own psyche through the connections that you feel in these cards, through the connections that you feel to spirit, to understand the effects that you have on others, that you have on the world and on yourself, is just a really great benefit of being able to do these, especially as we are right now in this sort of conflux of spiritual energy, this moon, which may be giving you some insights. So we are going to go ahead and arrange these two piles. If one of them speaks to you in particular, maybe go ahead and put a mental pin in that. There may be people who take meaning from both of these readings. There may be things that speak to you and things that don't speak to you. I encourage you to claim anything that you feel gives you an insight to your own soul. But we'll go ahead and do a pile 1 and a pile 2 here with the dragon's eye. I'm going to shift pile 2 over here to the side for after this first reading. And we'll go ahead and start with this citrine reading. I'm going to put that there just to regard the space. Stay hydrated, my beloveds. It is so important in this winter time. Make sure that you are taking care of your body, your mind, and your spirit. If you've got some water with you, I encourage you to just go ahead and give it a little sip. Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and arrange these past, present, and future. And we'll see what we're working with today. So, past and mind is where we'll be starting. And that is the Hermit in reverse. Interesting. So, of course, the Hermit, we immediately know, has some connotations towards isolation, has some connotations towards sort of doing your own thing, self-reflection, introspection. When we reverse the Hermit, it's really about loneliness and isolation, which is interesting because we think of a hermit, we think of a person who lives sort of alone, on their own, does their own thing, and sort of refuses to march to the beat of anyone else's drum. Yet this reversal is the loneliness, the isolation, being antisocial, rejection of the self, rejection of what others may bring. There is a peaceful solitude to the Hermit upright, and then a restless solitude to the Hermit reversed. I think you were probably a lonely child. I think that you probably were a child who felt like you understood the world deeply in a way that maybe other people didn't have that same connection. And that really was hard for you, I think. It was hard for you to reconcile that sort of maybe feeling of like being boundlessly needy. Like maybe you really felt like you were, I don't want to say selfish. I don't think selfish is the right word. But like you had a genuine need. A need for connection and a craving for community, perhaps, that you were sort of repeatedly isolated from. Your mind maybe works a little bit differently from other people. Maybe you feel strongly that you have inherent differences that make it hard for you to exist in community. There is an energy, I think, to this being associated with the inner child of just like endless loneliness. I think maybe endless reaching out and feeling like other people are with you, but they're not with you. They're your friends, but they don't get you. And that creating this sense of like, will anyone ever really get me? Will I ever find romantic connection? Will I ever find sort of just like beautiful community to exist in? Someone who wants fulfillment in the presence of others, but maybe doesn't find that fulfillment easily. That's hard. That is hard to consider. That is really like deep in that sense. I think that you maybe didn't get something that you really needed, and you have spent a lot of time considering and compensating to some degree. I'm getting compensating for that fact, that feeling of maybe not being enough to be wanted. What is broken in me that people don't want me? What is holding me back from this connection with others? I think that haunts you. I think that haunts this whole arc, this whole chain of events. Let's go into the present. Let's go into the body. Wow. Strength. Speaks for itself. Strength truly does just speak for itself right off the bat. This is about courage. This is about bravery and confidence and self-confidence. That's important. Inner power. I think that you realized way before like this moment, way before anyone ever maybe came to you, like you were self-guided. I feel this loneliness, you realized that you needed to become your own best friend, that you needed companionship. Maybe you dealt with that by like really going into the body and creating other selves that were like playmates for your inner child. Maybe you went into this and you created this sort of strong ideal, this like perfect, almost like someone who aspires to be the higher self. I don't know that you necessarily like just responded to this painful childhood by becoming your highest self, because this is the body, this is the present, this is the middle of the journey that is continuing forward. So I don't think that you're there to that highest self, to where you want to be, to this ideal sort of place that you already are, that you already have that strength, but that you haven't achieved what you would consider the fruition of this arc yet. You became strong for this inner child who was so alone. You became this powerful, self-sustaining force. I'm really getting this sense of like you being like, maybe you're an oldest child, maybe you're an only child, maybe you are a parentified child, perhaps someone who had to take care of life and responsibilities around you, and you didn't really have time to indulge in maybe some of the whimsy that was brought on by this loneliness. Maybe it even enhanced the loneliness, because other children were allowed to be children and were allowed to have these sort of like desires and expressions of want and community that were being met by an outside source, and you meanwhile were meeting your own needs, and you had to meet your own needs because there wasn't someone available to meet your needs in the way that you needed them at this place. And that speaks to this really incredible power that you have developed here, but also speaks to, I think, a real self-isolation pattern, I think, that continues in this sense. A real you have a lot of compassion for others, I think, but maybe you don't always have the most compassion for yourself, because there is always a relationship between the mind and body, right? There's always a cycle between the past and present. The inner child screams so that the present can hear and meet the inner child's needs. And that is, I think, I mean, that is a cycle that you are in, that you know that you're in. I sense a real, like, go get him attitude from you. You have already been working on the resolution of this problem. You already know what I'm talking about. Like, whoever you are hearing this, and it is calling you out. And I really think that's great with this citrine. I'm interested in this exchange of color, these yellows that I'm seeing between the crystal and the card, and I'm interested in sort of the cleansing energy, the way that strength requires so much energy, requires so much manifestation. You're a person who knows you can sculpt your own reality. That's, like, maybe that's why you're here, but maybe that's also why you care about this journey at all, because you know that you're powerful. You know that you can sculpt your reality because you created friends for a friendless child in the form of yourself. And that is something right there. And let's sort of see where the trajectory of that arc goes, where we're going from there. The World, upright, that is another major arcana. We are talking about 3 major arcana here, only one of them reversed. Like, holy crap, that is an omen right there, if I've ever seen one. And we're talking about the last card in the deck, not last card in the deck, but the last card in the major arcana. Completion. This is about achievement. This is the end of the major arcana. This is about a sense of belonging and fulfillment and harmony. And, like, if that doesn't just make the most gorgeous apex to this journey, because we're really considering here that you are a person who is so strong, and that you have been seeking for so long to find a sense of peace, a sense of acceptance, a sense of community, a world to which to belong. And that world is this world. That world is the wholeness and harmony and belonging that you can find in communities of others. The lonely child is reaching for the fulfillment that comes spiritually from this world, and you have this power. I believe that whether or not you find yourself isolated, you have community already, and that community looks to you and is impressed and amazed by the energy that you bring to any sort of given situation. I really encourage you to consider opening yourself to community in more ways. Maybe consider going outside of your comfort zone. You are so strong. You are strong enough to handle stepping out of your comfort zone. You are strong enough to face the fear that may come with exposing this inner child to pain, because pleasure may come along with it. This world, the whole world is waiting. The world is your oyster. The world is your pearl, and this child is reaching for it, and you are strong enough to give it to them. And I just think that this is so gorgeous, Pile 1. You're really bringing just a sense of calm, profound strength. I am so impressed by you. I'm so proud of you. I'm just, I'm honored to be in this space here with you, and I want you to honor your own journey and to celebrate the work that you're putting into becoming a person who can reach for this beautiful, happy, whole, complete, harmonious ending. So I am going to go ahead and pull this pile to the side so that you can think about that, as you really should, because what a gorgeous ending. It's beautiful reading. Put this over here. This is going to be our dragon eye pile. I already feel like this one might be a little fiercer than the last one, and I don't want to maybe bias myself towards this next set of cards, but this is a fiery one. This is a someone with some bite. I'm feeling maybe if you're here, maybe you're a little bit rebellious, maybe you're a little bit angry. I didn't even put the cards down yet, so we'll see how it goes. I am actually being called to flip these two. I just feel it in the desire of my wrist to flourish in this way. So we'll put this card down as your past. We'll put these cards down as your present and future. And we'll see what Spirit is saying to us, because I feel like there's a strong message here for pile 2 that is coming, and it's gonna say something spicy. Alright, we've got the King of Wands in reversal. Already we've got a King of the deck coming right out at the beginning. Wands are all about sort of like fire and passion and willpower. The King of Wands is about leadership. The King of Wands reversed is about a tyrant. Maybe it's about feeling powerless. Maybe it's about feeling ineffective, domineered. I'm getting a strong energy in your past. I almost want to say masculine energy, but I don't know that I'm really getting. I just think that there was a strong domineering place, almost a viciousness. Someone hurt you, or something hurt you, in a way where you were just like powerless to stop it. Something really intense. Someone maybe said something really powerful or painful, or maybe you were trapped in some kind of circumstance, or this vicious energy keeps coming back. I'm looking at this card here, and it's got these horns on it. You can see this sort of curling spiral of antlers. This sense of like slamming into you. I think maybe I hesitate to just like point blank say like you were abused, but I think that there was an abuse of power that occurred to you, that you learned a vicious lesson. You learned a lesson about closing your heart as a child. You learned a lesson about trust that has shaped you. I've been really into Epic the musical lately. I'm thinking about ruthlessness. I'm thinking about this sense of closing yourself off. This is a place of pain, a place of trauma to come from, a really intense, angry, boiling, bubbling trauma this is like a little forge that is like fueling this sort of pumping, crunching. You might be an Enneagram 8. If you follow Enneagram, you might be someone who maybe has a strong sense of justice now, a strong sense of like social justice. I don't want to guess on these. There is like a bubble of like power coming off of this childhood, power and pain, and we'll see how that informs the present. We've got the Ace of Wands, another wand, also reversed. So another sort of strong, fiery spark. Upright, this is all about flow and creativity and inspiration. Reversed, like this card is, it's about a blockage, hesitancy, creative block, maybe a lack of energy. I almost sort of feel like this is like a result of this, in the sense that like defending yourself against this anger and sort of maybe continuing to fuel the fire of this power and this passion, this battery is all consuming. And in that sense, it's consuming your present, it's consuming your body. I get the sense maybe you're very tense, like your muscles are locked up. Maybe even take a deep breath right now and just sort of and release. You have got a lot of tension, I think, in your shoulders and your back. You are just fueling this, giving your every waking moment to the devotion of never letting go. I get the sense you hold a grudge. I get the sense that you are, God, you're so powerful. You are like just a fire. You are radiating this incredible passion, but it's like it's burning so hot it's burning you out. You can't find that creative inspiration. You can't move forward in your life because your body is a temple to a never-ending flame, an eternal flame of creating a mausoleum to what has happened to you. You will never forget. You will never forgive. And it's destroying you, I think. And I don't necessarily think that this is encouraging, like, go to your abuser and forgive them, because I think that is a personal journey that each person needs to take and find. But there is a sense of, like, you are not able to find peace because this cycle is burning so hot. You almost can't allow anything else near it. Anything else in your life could catch flame if it comes close, and you know that. And I just got the idea that maybe it even scares you. Maybe it even scares you a little bit to consider how hot you burn, how angry you are, how you can't allow others to get close. But it also inspires you, because what a fuel source, what a power behind a set of dreams that you could just unleash on the world. You could be a force to be reckoned with, and I think that that's what your spirit is calling, and I'd really love to see what spirit says here. The Hanged Man reversed. That is a 3 reversal set. All reversed cards for you today, my dear. The Hanged Man. The Hanged Man is about sacrifice. The Hanged Man is about sort of like a lack of direction. The Hanged Man upright is a lot of limbo, feelings of limbo. And reversed, it's not dissimilar to feelings of limbo. It's stalling, maybe avoiding a sacrifice that needs to be made, maybe apathy at a standstill. I'm getting a sense that your spiritual life can't move on until you're willing to let this engine shift into a new position. And if you are avoiding the sacrifice of maybe putting your anger on the altar and saying, I give this up to the universe. I don't need this anger as my fuel source anymore. My engine will keep burning without it. My creative spark will return without needing anger as the fuel source for it. If you can't do that, if you continue to avoid the sacrifice of that anger, I think that you will continue to be in this state of limbo, in this disinterest, this stagnation, maybe this apathy. I'm getting like depression, a depression that comes from the insustainability of your emotional sort of health. I think that you are cooking up like a person with a fever. Your body can't keep going under these conditions. Your mind is fracturing, and you're hanging in limbo because everything comes back to this anger. And I'd like to draw a top deck clarifying on this one. Knight of Cups. I often find that with these sort of limbo answers that there is a a reversal, another sort of like outcome of this same skill set. And the Knight of Cups is really interesting because Cups is a water. This is the first water on the deck tonight. With this pile, Cups is like steam right here, right? The Knight of Cups is going to be all about being charming, being artistic and graceful, a negotiator, a mediator, which is so different from the rest of these, right? Because we think negotiator and we don't think of somebody with anger. But I think that it's so interesting because a negotiator is someone who needs to be willing to walk into the lion's den and keep their cool. And I think that this anger, like, once you've learned how to manage that, there is nothing in this world that could ever touch you, because what is it that they say in Critical Role? I have passed through fire. You have passed through fire. Some seeds need to burn to grow, and you have been through this, and you are now strengthened like steel that has been heated and cooled. You can reach this point of being graceful and charming and tactician. You can walk into dangerous situations. You can walk into places of conflict, and you can say, actually, no, I am going to be myself. I'm going to say what I came here to say, because you can't touch me. Nothing can break my spirit now. And beloved, I see that for you. I mean, you have this fiery past, and it poises you so beautifully to become this person who carries this command, this presence. People look to you when you enter the room. I think people already do, because I think that they feel your energy here, and they feel how potent you are, and they feel how special you are and how much you carry. But you could direct that to be a force for good, a force for change, a force for advocacy. I'm getting maybe advocacy for other victims of your same pain, to circle back to this like viciousness, maybe this sense of abuse. Like, you have a voice. You are a survivor. You are a warrior, and this is really, I think, beautiful, because it speaks to so much hope in your future, beloved. It speaks to so much hope if you can only find a way to allow yourself to release. And I just encourage you, I really, really do. I feel like you need to breathe. I feel like you need to go sit outside, maybe depending on how cold it is where you are, and just close your eyes and take a few deep breaths and allow yourself to come to the present moment and to feel your body and to intentionally release tension from your jaw, from your shoulders, and to start to consider how much of you is going to this anger, and what could it be doing instead. And I think that you are on a powerful path, my Dragonstone. You are on a powerful path towards a spiritual future that is really going to be so meaningful for you. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you for being here. I hope that you found something meaningful in these readings. I am really excited to be able to continue to share them. And I will see you all very soon in our next reading together.